just wanted to thank you guys so much, so much on the support on my last video. If you don't know the YouTube term, 1 out of 10. My last video was ranked 1 out of 10 of my last 10 posts, and I just want to thank you guys so much. There's literally no other better feeling as someone who posts content on YouTube to get that 1 out of 10, and that was it. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for just giving it support. If you haven't seen it, make sure you guys check it out. It's an NBA mock draft video. Just me talking about the draft and what I think is going to happen, this, that, and the other, and I'm very excited to have it dropped in. You guys liked it, so thank you guys so much. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about some news that came out recently. If you didn't know, and are hiding under a rock, or maybe not on social media, Chris Paul officially has been traded. It's been speculated by a lot of different teams, like the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, a lot of championship caliber teams, but Chris Paul actually has been traded to the Phoenix Suns for Kelly Oubre Jr., who is a pretty good wing player, and Ricky Rubio, and also a future first-round pick of the Suns. I was actually very surprised about the future pick. I thought it was going to be this year's pick, because I don't think the Thunder have a very good pick this year, but it's a future first, which if I was the Thunder front office, I think I would have rather had a top 10 pick in this year's draft, because I think the Suns have the 10th pick, or picking somewhere around that area, and I think it would have been nice to get a pick like that, but they're getting a future first, which is also not that bad. There's obviously a lot of other trades that we could be talking about, because this is a future Jake, then recording Jake talking. The Portland Trailblazers have traded for a Robert Covington, which is pretty surprising. Dennis Schroeder is now a LA Laker, which totally debunks my DeMar DeRozan Laker video, which is very sad. But and James Harden is pretty much looking like a Brooklyn Net, which is totally terrifying, and I would actually hate that, because I love how well balanced the NBA is right now, and that would just totally make things very bad. As you just saw there, the computer would not accept my trade, so I just trade overrided it, so that's what you're seeing right there. But now, back to the Phoenix Suns. We now have a starting five of D-Book and Chris Paul, great backcourt, Mikal Bridges, Dario Saric, and DeAndre Ayton. Definitely 3 out of those 5 spots are looking pretty good. I really want to keep Aaron Baines and maybe even Cam Johnson as well, being a young player with a good contract who I believe can play fairly well with this team. But I still feel like there's obviously some big upgrades we can do. This is only going to be a 1-year rebuild, because obviously Chris Paul isn't sort of like a going into the future sort of pickup for them. It's a win now pickup. So I think getting a starting power forward would be great, and getting a young power forward like Christian Wood would be absolutely amazing. He's on the same sort of trajectory as a Ayton and a Devin Booker, but still is a play now player who can average, who knows, maybe between 10 and 15 points. Great rebounder, pretty okay defense, but they're asking for a pretty big price there. But I just gave him a bunch of second-round picks. I should try to make these as realistic as possible, but also, like, obviously it's 2K, you gotta throw in some 2K cheese every once in a while. But right now I'm just trading away sort of the bench players and see if I can sort of trade up in value of any of the players I have. And right now I get offered a trade for Bogdanovic. If you guys are not up to date with a lot of my 2K rebuilds, I get offered Bogdanovic every single rebuild, and he actually got traded tonight as I'm filming this video, yesterday as you guys are watching this video, to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks have now Bogdanovic, and if you also didn't know, they have Drew Holiday. So Milwaukee also has a really good team that I might do a rebuild with. I'm not entirely sure, because I just did a Giannis rebuild, so maybe I'll sit on that one for a little bit. But I'm just sort of looking through the sort of players I can get trades for, and I think I really like the Denzel Valentine one, or even the Bogdanovic one, or even the Alfred Payton one for a good backup point guard. But I feel like having good scorers on this team will really make the Phoenix Suns a scary team, especially in the regular season. So I think picking up Bogdan is probably the best offer, especially another player who can sort of grow with this team. I also made some other trades off of the recording because I think I forgot to hit record when I was doing it. But so now we have Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and TJ Warren. Yes, I did trade away Mikal Bridges and I think a future first round pick for TJ Warren. I feel like TJ Warren is just who Mikal Bridges is going to be when he's older, so I just sped up the process and just got TJ Warren. So hopefully, a lot of Phoenix Suns fans are going to be mad at me for doing that, but I don't know. I feel like it's a sped up version of Mikal Bridges. Then we have obviously Christian Wood, DeAndre Ayton, Bogdan Bogdanovic off the bench still, but again with Chris Paul leaving, you can move Devin Booker to the 1 and have Bogdan be your starting to guard after Chris Paul is out of there. We have Aaron Bain still, and Reggie Jackson, another player I traded for. I didn't know he was on a minimum, so he was very cheap to pick up for an easy trade, which was awesome. So that was very easy, so we get a nice backup point guard for when Chris Paul is resting, and still Cam Johnson. We still have a good bench with us, so the sort of plan for this team is the depth and the sort of team of play. Obviously, we're not going to be wowing the NBA and winning a championship with our star power, but maybe just the quality of players we have, and obviously the smarts of a Chris Paul can maybe help us maybe make the championship. I mean, we saw Miami in the finals last year, so hey, maybe we could be a team like that and sort of just run through teams. And also, the Phoenix Suns in 2K always cheesy, so hey, maybe we can get some luck there. But I'm liking the team I set up. I think they're all very quality players. Here are the trades for Reggie Jackson. It was just some younger players, and for TJ, it was just Mikal Bridges, Frank Kaminsky, and a future first. So a pretty good set of young players with a first round pick. I think that's pretty fair in my opinion. But yeah, I think we should probably start getting into the rebuild soon. I think I just do some of my little things here, some of my coaching things. But yeah, I'm very excited about next season. Like I said, like the Portland Trail Blazers traded for Rocco. A lot of people were saying they sort of overpaid for Robert Covington, sending the Rockets 2 first round picks for Rocco. But you guys need to understand, this year's draft isn't deep, so getting a top 15-ish pick like Portland doesn't really mean anything. They already have a lot of project players like Gary Trent Jr., Nasir Little, and what's his name, Anthony Simons. So they don't need another sort of project type of player. And also players like Robert Covington, a really good 3-and-D player who can guard multiple positions, don't grow on trees. So I think it is a very fine deal for 2 first-round picks on a very weak draft and a future first-round pick, which Blazers are obviously going to be a better team with the luck of health. Definitely knocking on wood for that. But I was very excited about that pickup. And then a lot of other trades went down. I might do a trade video some other time when I'm talking about doing other videos. But I also just showed you guys that I did a the 50 simulator difficulty, making sure I'm not cheating or anything like that. But my predictions for how well we're going to do, I'm going to assume that we are maybe going to be a pretty decent regular season team. And I think even if Phoenix in real life will be a pretty decent regular season team. I think now that Chris Paul's on the Suns, I feel like the Suns are probably just going to replace the spots of the Thunder that they were last year. So I'm thinking Phoenix can probably max out about the 5th seed, and then maybe fall anywhere between 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think they will make the playoffs. I think they are a very good team. I think they may be a small step ahead of the Memphis Grizzlies. So I give them the nod over Memphis on making that. But I think Portland's making the playoffs. I still think a lot of the teams that are in the playoffs are going to make the playoffs. And obviously the Houston Rockets, if they obviously trade away James Harden or Russell Westbrook, either one of them, maybe Memphis can take their spot. It's going to be very, very, very interesting on what happens for sure against those big time teams who have in trade talks all the time now with the Houston Rockets. And I really haven't seen anything about Memphis getting any better, but obviously the player development is sort of like their main thing right now. That's very exciting. So right now we are seeing as a pretty good team record here from the Phoenix Suns. Definitely better than probably what they would like it to be. And as you can see, my team chemistry is going up a lot. Like I say, I always try to make my team chemistry as best as possible. Having a higher team chemistry, at least in my opinion, I don't know if this is factual or not, but makes player develop better, play better together, makes them just better overall. So that's what I really try to do. I should probably try and do a rebuild where I don't have team chemistry on, but I think team chemistry is actually a realistic thing, and having players happy is very, very, very much a real thing. A la, the Houston Rockets with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. It's something that's pretty important. So we're going on a very nice win streak here. My God, look at all those dubs. So we could beat really good teams like a Warriors, Rockets, Denver team. We lose to the Clippers, but the Clippers are top tier title favorites all the time. So I'm definitely not worried about that. But we do beat the Lakers, so this team can definitely compete, and I think they will be able to compete next year as well. I said this before in one of my other videos that I think the Suns right now are better than a Chris Paul-less Thunder team. So that's why I think the Suns will have a better record than what the Thunder did have this past season. So, and the Thunder were again a 5th seed. They could be a 5th seed again. I think that'd be a good spot for them. I don't know, how old, Chris Paul is going to feel next season being another year older, but we see that all the time for LeBron. But LeBron is a player you not compare anyone with when it comes to sort of a longevity. So I really hope Chris Paul has a really good time there in the Suns jersey, even though, being a fan of basketball, I would love to see Chris Paul sort of be in a title contending team, but maybe he just wants to sort of play out the rest of his career, helping out good young players like he did with Shea, and now with Devin Booker. I can really see him passing knowledge to a lot of teams, and maybe that's what he mostly enjoys about basketball, is just being that sort of floor general coach on the court type of guy, which is pretty dope, pretty dope. Tomorrow, I do have planned a roleplay video for you guys. I'm thinking about doing the sports roleplay video for you guys who are still listening. I have a little sneak peek, but yeah, a sports roleplay video, sports store roleplay video. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I really want to get back into doing traditional ASMR stuff, especially now that December's rolling around. We're going to get a lot of juice from the NBA, so throwing in a couple of just traditional ASMR videos, I feel like we'll get very, very, very nice. So now that it is halfway through the season, I'm going over to how we are doing, and we are actually first in the Western Conference. I actually didn't notice that we were doing so well. We actually have a really good defense, not the best offense, which is very, very switched on what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, #1 record, pretty surprising. The Clippers are second, which is surprising because the Clippers always seem to struggle whenever I do 2K rebuilds. They either make the playoffs or don't make the playoffs. It's never in between. It's never in between. The Thunder are actually doing very well with Kelly Oubre. I totally forgot to trade Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers. I'm hoping that someone at some point will update a 2K custom roster where I can just download it onto my PS4 and then just, use that roster. But I forgot to check. So if that's still wrong, I very apologize if that makes you upset. But I feel like it wouldn't make that big of a difference. But yeah, the Thunder are still doing really good. The Denver Nuggets are struggling a lot, and that's actually pretty surprising. Grizzlies and Portland are also doing pretty bad, but Portland always does bad in the 2K sort of sim engine. And the Spurs are the last team in the West, which can definitely be a possibility this upcoming season. They're going to be losing a lot of talent if they do trade away DeMar and LaMarcus. I always got to check Trae Young on his stats because sometimes he's averaging almost 50 points a game. It's definitely crazy. Cleveland is doing really well. Miami's doing really well. Oh my God, the Orlando Magic. That's crazy. Y'all see him down there in the 2nd seed. Why is that? Oh, they have Clint Capella, Mo Bamba, and Vucevic. They have the best 3 big men rotation in the league, and that's definitely pretty nice. Then Milwaukee's obviously #1. They're always going to be #1. They might even be #1 next year in the regular season. I wouldn't be surprised, but Devin Booker leading the squad with almost 30 points per game, and 6 assists. Very nice. Then we have TJ Warren being a nice scoring piece on the wing. Then DeAndre Ayton doing very well, and Chris Paul averaging nearly a double-double in points and assists. Very beautiful, and 2 steals. That's exactly what we need from Chris Paul. Christian Wood definitely being obviously the 5th option, scoring wise, and also in getting the ball. I have them just more of a somewhat paint protector, just an extra running guy. obviously Cam Johnson's doing pretty rough, but he's the youngest player on the team, I think, and so he's obviously not going to be doing that great. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited for the NBA draft. I think it's tomorrow as you guys are watching this video. When I was doing my draft video, I thought the draft was on the 17th. It's actually on the 18th, so that was my bad. So tomorrow is the NBA draft. Again, I think I am going to be doing some community posts during the draft, so you guys can sort of comment on those things and sort of do like live reactions. I think it'd be kind of fun, so it kind of be like, you know, we're kind of watching the draft together, so make sure you guys are tuned in on that when the draft is going on. I think that'd be a lot of fun as well. But yeah, I'm very surprised that the Milwaukee Bucks actually got that Drew Holiday trade off. I thought Drew Holiday was going to go somewhere completely different. I didn't even know the Milwaukee Bucks were even interested in Drew Holiday, but apparently they were. But I definitely feel like the Pelicans could have gotten a better player in return for Drew Holiday, like a play-now player. They just got Eric Bledsoe, and I forget who else. I don't even think they really got anyone else really that great. They got some picks, which is good, but a Milwaukee Bucks team is going to be dominant in these as long as Giannis is there. Those picks aren't going to be anything good. They're going to be high 20s, maybe even the last pick in the draft. Like, I don't really see those draft picks being anything very crazy, so I guess it's just trading assets or different things like that, but I really do have a lot of faith in that front office and what they're doing, so maybe it turns out good for them. We get Luka Doncic winning MVP, scoring almost 40 points a game. Jesus. Oh wow, Ricky Rubio is on the Hawks now and won 6th Man of the Year. I actually would really like having Rubio and Trae Young as the backup and the starting point guards. I feel like Trae Young could probably learn a lot from Ricky Rubio. And then Jamal Murray, most improved player, and he's actually playing pretty well, which definitely is not a possibility because we all know how good Jamal Murray is going to be one day. Definitely showed that in the playoffs. Damian Lillard makes All-NBA first team, looking pretty nice at a 95 overall. Jesus, man. He's killing the game. And then Bam Adebayo. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Bam Adebayo as the All-NBA first team for centers. No one on our team gets All-NBA nod, not even Devin Booker. I feel like would be playing pretty well, but as you can see, we have the impossible task at going up against the Golden State Warriors in the first round of the playoffs. Like, that's just so unfair in my opinion. The Orlando Magic are still the second seed in the East, which is also very crazy, but checking out the Golden State Warriors, it's the regular Golden State Warrior team. They're starting Marquise Chris at center. They never traded away Andrew Wiggins, so we are looking to have a little bit of a problem here. I'm showing you guys again that it's at 50 similar difficulty. And let's see how we do. And I bet we're gonna lose. Yep, okay. I need to go back and do a coaching settings, some coaching settings. Yeah, Chris Paul is selling the team, as you can see. Not doing that great. Steph Curry is just absolutely killing us. So I think I really need to do some defensive settings for sure. I'm not sure if anyone else has been guarding Steph Curry, but I think we all know Chris Paul is actually a pretty good defender on Steph Curry. He's obviously a very smart player, very good defender, so I would very much trust Chris Paul guarding Steph Curry for sure, but I think the age of Chris Paul is showing a little bit, not scoring the ball a lot, but I think I just need to give Devin Booker as much minutes as possible, shorten up my rotation off the bench, and just give my starters more time, because I feel like probably in the Warriors they're playing Steph, Clay, and Draymond 45 minutes a night, probably. So yeah, Monty Williams is also not that good of a coach on defense. As you can see, a C-, so that's definitely something that's not that great, but for sure need Chris Paul on Curry. I think I'm going to put Devin Booker on Wiggins just because I feel like Clay would probably just be the harder person to defend. So I'm going to put TJ Warren on just because TJ Warren is just a bigger body, probably a better defender. And with Wiggins on Booker on Wiggins, sorry. I feel like we should beat this team. I feel like we have this team in depth for sure. Having obviously Bogdan and Aaron Baines and Cam Johnson off the bench, I feel like we have a pretty good bench set up, better than the Warriors. And as long as we can just cancel out Curry or Clay, we'll be fine. So I'm just really hoping for Chris Paul to step up on defense, or maybe the switch for TJ Warren being on Klay Thompson will help out more. Okay, so we take game 3. Oh my Yes, please. Oh, baby, let's go. 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 We scraped past. Well, not even scraped past. We had a pretty actually good blowout on Game 7. Jeez, why weren't we doing this earlier? Yeah, there we go. See, like I said, I just need to have Steph Curry or Klay Thompson have some bad games, and we can win the series. And that it looks like that's what happened. TJ Warren is absolutely killing the game, and Chris Paul again, averaging 11 points. 11 points. Chris Paul, please do not throw this rebuild for us, please. Yeah, TJ Warren and Devin Booker are looking more like the dynamic duo than Chris Paul right now. Let's hope that changes. Next up, we're going against the Dallas Mavericks, which is obviously a very tough matchup as well. Oh my god. We're down 0-2 again. Okay, I'm going to go back and do some more of the coach settings right now because this is so bad. I don't think they would make, I don't think Luka on 2K is a point guard, so I don't think he's playing a point guard right now. So I think I would just put TJ Warren on Luka just because he's a bigger body, and then maybe Chris Paul on whoever the shooting guard is, which I don't know who even that would even be. I think I check right here, don't I? Yeah, TJ on Luka. Okay, so they have George Hill, so I'll put Chris Paul on Tim Hardaway Jr., Devin Booker on George Hill, because obviously hiding the Devin Booker defense is probably the smartest thing to do. No offense to Devin Booker. Obviously, his defense is definitely his offense, so I think that's fine. And then I think we can definitely beat them on that 4 matchup. Obviously, Porzingis is gonna probably rock Ayton pretty bad. Obviously, being a bigger player, but definitely Wood is beating Ilyasova every time on rebound, so that'd be really nice for us. I think we should win. We should win this series. I think, right? I mean, of course, the Mavericks are a good team. 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. Oh my god. Well, guys, I'm very disappointed. Actually, I feel like we definitely, if anything, we should have lost in the first round. Then this round, I feel like we could totally beat this Mavericks team. But look at that, dude. Chris Paul is selling the team, man. 11 points. Like, that's just terrible. I don't know if his usage on 2K is like turned down or something like that, but for some reason he's not scoring the ball at all. So that's just really sad. Even Devin Booker, look at Devin Booker. They sold us this game 7. He needs to average at least 20, 25 plus. Like, that's sad. TJ Warren came to play. I'm really proud of TJ Warren. I need to get him more on my 2K rebuilds, it looks like, but dang, TJ Warren, that's could not stop the almighty god, Luka Doncic. Look at that, man. He absolutely destroyed us. Even we should have won this game, and no one else on the team scored more than like 15. So that was really sad, but the Orlando Magic are in the conference finals, having that 3 big man rotation of Vucevic and Clint Capella and Mo Bamba. So ups to them, big ups to them. Let's just simulate the rest of the playoffs and see what happens. We have KD and Kyrie. Oh my god, wow. So the Mavericks lost to the Clippers, and the Orlando Magic are in the finals. My god, who would have seen this coming? Are they gonna win? No, yeah, they lost. Okay, yeah, so the LA Clippers are the champions this year. No big surprise. Dang, I'm actually very upset, because I feel like if anything we should have lost in that first round. I think the Warriors would probably be a better matchup against us, so the fact that we lost to, a young-ish type of Mavericks team really upsets me, especially in a Game 7 where we should have won. We have 2 great closers in Devin Booker and Chris Paul, but Chris Paul just really came up short for this year, and that's pretty disappointing. But I had a lot of fun making this for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, if some other big trades go down, I'll do more 2K rebuilds. I'm very excited about the draft tomorrow. I hope you guys are too. And let's just hope it pops off.